All right, here we go. So bear with me. I'm going to read an excerpt from Albion Triumphant. Not the most accurate history, but good enough for me. And I don't want to read an entire story to you guys. But the Battle of Vimiero was in Portugal, August 21st, 1808. This is my attempt at recreating some of it. Not the most accurate. Not the right units, but an attempt. I hope you enjoy it. Do a couple things a little bit differently here. A little bit more of the mechanics of black powder. A little bit more dice rolling. You can see the command rolls. We'll take our time, and if you're my videos are a bit long anyway, so this is going to be a whopper. Unless I get my ass handed to me in the first turn, then it won't be very long at all. I'm optimistic I can at least keep some of these troops on the board for more than a couple turns. It'll be a 10-turn game. Objectives for the French to get into the town. British hold their own, not get pushed into the sea. So it's August 21st, 1808. All right, we'll read some background stuff from the book, just in case you don't own this one. Spanish insurrection and guerrilla action had left General Junot and his 25,000 men tactically isolated in Portugal. Seizing their chance to strike a blow on land against the French, Sir Arthur Wellesley, at the head of approximately 14,000 men, landed at Montego Bay, north of Lisbon, on the 1st of August. The Peninsular War for the British had begun. Yay! Wellesley's strategic task, dictated by the British government, was the defense of Portugal. After organizing his forces, Wellesley marched south 9 days later. On the 10th, he first met the French on the 17th of August at the Battle of Rolica. That was our last match, our last battle. And yeah, Wellesley did what he did and historically accurate and kicked the crap out of Belladord. Where the British forced a heavily outnumbered French army to wisely abandon a strong defensive position. From Rolica, Wellesley moved the army back to the coast to Porto Novo, where further reinforcements were to land. Wellesley's army took up a position on the heights around the village of Vimiero to support and protect the landings. These fresh drafts included several senior officers who officially outranked Wellesley in the field. In overall command was Sir Hugh Dalrymple with Sir Harry Burrard, excuse me if you're related to them, as second in command, followed by Sir John Moore in order of precedence. John Moore was up north at Corunna. We'll try to get that battle into at some point. Yeah, might be next. That could be the next battle. That'll be great. Burrard arrived in theater on the 20th of August, so the day before. He remained offshore and was joined by Wellesley aboard ship to discuss strategy. Wellesley favored a flanking maneuver against the French, who were soon to be approaching, but that would be from the south. But Sir Harry was having none of it, ever cautious, ordered that Wellesley remain in position until Moore arrived. So I guess Corunna was way up north. Luckily for Wellesley and Britain, Sir Harry remained aboard ship, so he didn't leave the boat. Wellesley made for the shore and remained in command for an extra day. That extra day could have been uneventful, but Wellesley's luck took a favorable turn as the French under Junot had left Lisbon on the 15th of August with the intent of bringing the British to battle. By the 20th, they had combined with the remnants of the forces defeated at Rolica and the troops under General Luzon. Junot was within 10 miles of the British position, and on the night of the 20th, he marched to the attack. He would drive the British to the sea. Wellesley placed 2 brigades and Struthers and Fanes in front of the village of Vimiero, Ackland's brigade in support. His 5 remaining brigades held a western ridge, defending against possible French approach from the south. Junot didn't do that, of course. Junot approached from the east and planned to send 3 infantry brigades to take Vimiero, Tumieres, Solanac, and Charlot's brigade, being assigned this duty. Meanwhile, Brenier's brigade, supported by dragoons, was detailed to complete a flanking maneuver to seize an empty ridge to the northeast of Vimiero. When the dust was seen from the Brenier's approach from the east, Wellesley quickly redeployed, leaving only Hill's brigade facing to the south. The brigades of Ferguson, Nightingale, and Bowes were now placed on the ridge to the northeast of Vimiero, stretching through to a village by the name of Ventosa, which should not be on this map because that is too freaking big. I don't even have the southern ridge where Hill was at. Junot countered by sending Solinac's brigade to support Brenier's attack. Junot had a very poor opinion of the British forces and decided not to wait for his flanking move to develop and launched a frontal assault against Vimiero, believing that the British lines would not hold. How wrong he was. There we go. So, sorry, thank you for putting up with my terrible reading. Just wanted a little bit of background on it. A little different than the actual attack, just because I don't have 1,700 miles of material or 17,000 troops to accurately do it. I don't even have the right regiments, but heck, it's going to be a fun battle. This is the western ridge here. Over there, I'll zoom in a little bit. That's Vimiero Hill. Way over here, that wouldn't even be on. It would be in my, like where my wine room is over there. Is the it would be the eastern ridge. That's Vimiero, and this is the western ridge. There was a little stream there with some roads. Tried to get as much. There were no bridges. I just added them because I had them. So we got about everything. Should be a good battle. We'll come back over some of the units. And I don't think all the brigades will be in the right place, at least the brigade commanders, but at least a lot of them will be represented, and several of the units that actually were here will be, I have included in my forces, but nowhere near accurate, as I said again. But we're going to have a blast. And just hang on, we'll see you in a minute. Alright, bear with me, I'll be doing some multitasking here, pointing at stuff. Okay, so, some of the commanders are right, some are wrong, but we'll figure it all out. In command of British forces, at least we got that right, is Sir Arthur Wellesley, Lieutenant General. We get some, kind of stuck with what the book said for the most part. He of course gets one reroll every turn depending on what brigade he's attached to. And he also grants with the brigade he's attached to, they get one extra attack, they get +1 to hit, and they get a +2 morale save. His second in command, just painted him yesterday, Sir Arthur Picton. He gets 8 rerolls total. He can use them in multiple ones in the same turn, but he only gets 8 for the entire game, 10-turn game. So a little bit of tactics there. Whichever brigade he's attached to, they get the brigade gets +1 to hit, and they got a +1 morale save. So that's that. First Brigade, give me a minute here. These guys over here. Try to get them all in there. Back up a little bit. I know he was supposedly on the South Hill traditionally, but I love him too much. Major General Rowland Hill, right here, with his 4 battalions of British line. 1st Battalion, 4th King Zones up front. 1st Battalion, 28th Regiment of Foot for North Gloucestershire right here, I believe. Then you have 1st Battalion, 32nd Regiment from Cornwall, over here behind the 4th King Zone, and then the 1st Battalion, 35th Regiment from Sussex. They're all standard British Line infantry. I gave General Hill a staff rating of 8, and he got that. He's benefiting from a +1 morale save from his units. He rolled for an exceptional there. 2nd Brigade, I'm going to move this back. Sorry, I kicked the camera like an idiot. You zoom out a little bit here. Right in front of Picton and Wellesley is 2nd Brigade. Only 3 line battalions. They've got, that's right, 1st Battalion 40th Regiment from 2nd Somerset. 1st Battalion 59th over here from 2nd Nottingham. And then, booyah, 3rd Battalion 42nd Royal Regiment, the Black Watch. So that's, it kind of counts as 2. All the Highland battalions, of course, get Tough Fighter, and they just look awesome. Thankfully, James painted most of their kilts, so they don't look stupid if I would have done them. But love the Highland regiments. Always play fantastically well, and hope they keep it up. All right, now this is going to be the 3rd Brigade is miles away, so give me a minute here. I'm going to have to walk over here and get it and zoom in a little bit. They're way over there. Let's do some zooming in. These guys are actually on Vimiero Hill. I don't know if my pointer's going to reach. Alright, let's see what we got here. 3rd Brigade. Oh, and that was, yeah, General Fain was in charge of the 2nd Brigade. He was also a staff rating of 8. 3rd Brigade is Brigadier General Rowland. Oh, no, sorry, General Nightingale. I can't remember his first name. I apologize. I didn't type it up. Staff rating of 7. You can remember him from the last game. He couldn't pass an order for like the first 4 turns, so hopefully he does better this time. He has 3 line infantry battalions. 1st Battalion, 23rd Regiment, the Royal Welsh Fusiliers are right here. 1st Battalion, 69th. A foot from South Lincoln, and then another beautiful Highland battalion. 1st Battalion, 92nd Regiment of Foot, the Gordon Highlanders. So another powerful group of guys. They all get first fire, and then the Highland will get a Highland battalion. Always gets a Tough Fighter on top of that, so just a little bit better. They're beautiful. All right, now let's tweak the. Now you're going to have to pre-apologize for my. We're going to get into some of the Hanoverian battalions of the 4th Brigade. So my pronunciation is going to go to complete dog poop. Alright, they're marching out the hill. This is kind of symbolic of the... Wellesley thought the French were going to attack from the south, so he had the rest of these guys on the other ridge. Now they moved up here. I guess the water was better over there. So he's marching them over. So we've got 4 Hanoverian field battalions. 1st Field Battalion, 1st Duke of York's from Ossenbrook, right here. Hanoverian Field Battalion from Verdun, or Verdun, whatever. Hanoverian Field Battalion Bremen, and then same from Kallenberg. They have all the same characteristics of the British line battalions, except they do not have steady line and first fire, but still the same stats, so they usually do well. The Hanoverians usually do well, and they got a full beautiful brigade of 4, so that's great. Alright, occupying the town and eating at all the restaurants and drinking all the beer. They're a little bit all over the place in here, but I won't even have to worry about my pointer too much because they're just all over inside of the town. Probably going to divide the town into quarters. They're able to support each other if they're on the same, those like that far side of the river and this side of the river can support each other, but they only can fire their fire out of, their 4 shots. They have to divide it between the side they can face. Like these guys could shoot into that. These guys could shoot this way. Could just shoot this way. And that way. And they get defensive to +2 from occupying the town. I just got them all over the place just to symbolize they're in there, but technically they'd be inside of buildings, behind walls, and just doing their thing. The commander of the Hanoverians is Brigadier General Bernard Bowes. He is a staff rating 7. Nothing fancy about him. So 5th Brigade is the Guard Brigade that just awesome. I love British Guard units. Sorry, my phone is freaking out here for a minute. Brigadier General Caitlin Crawford. Everything I've read about him is super cool. Staff rating of 8, and he also has a +1 morale save, just like Rowland Hill does. So he has, under his command, I'm just going to point randomly here because they're all over the place. 1st Battalion, 2nd Guard, the Coldstream Guard. 1st Battalion, 1st Foot Guards. 3rd Battalion, 1st Foot Guard. And 3rd Battalion, 3rd Guard, the Scots Guards. So they're occupying the town right now. So that's awesome. They've got all kinds of great roles. They have 7 hand-to-hand, they have 4 shooting, they have a better morale save, they have higher stamina, they have steady line, first fire, reliable, and elite +3. They are just a great combination of units. They probably can go up against the old guard and stuff. The 6th Brigade is kind of divided here. So I'll get up just a wide picture here. I gave Robert Anstruther. The British didn't have much cavalry here, but he was in charge of a line group. I just wanted to make sure he was represented. He's a staff rating of 8, and he's over the 2 cavalry squadrons the British have here. At the actual battle itself, the British had more infantry battalions, less cannon, and less cavalry. So it's not exactly the right numbers, but that's how I represent it here. The British have 2 more infantry battalions than the French. The French have 1 more cavalry squadron than the British, and the French have, I think, 3 more cannons than the British. 2 of their cannons are howitzers. So we've got the 1st Squadron Royal Dragoons, which is way back over there, which I cannot wait to see them play with the ferocious charge and everything. They got the heavy cavalry D+1. And then right here, they'll have the same stuff, but except with a heavy cavalry rule, will be the 2nd Squadron, 7th Queen's Own Hussars. And, yeah. These guys are marauders. Anstruther is attached right now to the Royal Dragoons, so they can basically do follow-me orders all the time if he wants to. And the 3rd part of the battalion, I just kind of stuck them in there. It's an awesome part. They're kind of in behind this wall here. Are 2nd Battalion, 95th Rifles. So they're right there. And I mean, if you haven't played with them, ever watching the games, they're awesome. Great hand-to-hand, great shooting dice, great morale. Stamina's normal, but they have Marauder, Skirmish, Reliable, Elite +3, so they're just great. And they have a longer range than everybody else. I think they shoot, 18. Or they shoot like 6 inches far, 3 or 4 inches farther than everybody else. So it's kind of nice. They can pull up short and just fire unimpeded for a turn. 7th Brigade I just gave to Ferguson, James Ferguson. Staff rating 8 because it's the British Royal Artillery is awesome, and they are all over the place. There's 4 cannons here, and then on there's 2 more cannons over on Vimiero Hill. They're in the middle of that battalion there. Thankfully for British Royal Horse Artillery and this Royal Artillery, they're all Marauders. So they have Marauder and Reliable, so they are pretty awesome. They only have a stamina 1, but they've got they're pretty great. And I've got the cannons are all the same, but they do have 4 9-pounders, a 6-pounder, and a 6-pound long. So they've got some guns. I just count all cannons the same, no matter what they are now. Before I used to divide it up, but now I kind of just like too much going on. As I've gotten more and more miniatures, my details kind of back more in track with what black powder kind of expects you to have. I think I'm going to pause for a minute, and then we will go over the French forces, and I'll move the camera. All right, here we go with the French army. Actually, well, in reality, I should say, of course, Junot was in charge of this, but when you have Napoleon already painted, you got to use them. So here's got Napoleon and his bodyguard. Was it Mustafa Ali or something like that? He's a Marmaluke, I guess. This guy's a pretty cool model with his big ass scimitar and stuff. And gave him 2 old grenadiers with him. And then So Napoleon Grant is just like Wellington, one reroll. Each battalion gets an extra attack, and the +1 to hit, and the +2 morale save. He gets a bonus whatever brigade he's attached to. So that's kind of nice. Very similar to, actually identical to General Picton. Here's Marshal Ney. My buddy James did an awesome job painting him. I'm like really thrilled that he painted him because he looks 1,000% better than what I could do. The only thing was kind of disappointing, we both were laughing about it. The way, if anyone else has bought this model from Warlord Games, the way Ney sits, like the horse has got a low saddle and he has like a low torso and he looks like a midget. Especially this is the aide-de-camp that came with him. And even it looks even worse with his hat on, his little flare coming out the top of his hat. He comes up to about his shoulders. The model looks like a midget. And I just put a Lancer commander on here and just had him riding along and gave him an eagle just to look cool. But that was a bit disappointing. You'll see that throughout the game. James did an awesome job painting him, but he's just a small little bugger. And I don't think he was technically small. So, well, we'll figure it out. He looks great, though. I'll always just kind of giggle at that, I guess. Alright, let's go over here. And we'll back up and we'll start going through the French order of battle here. They have one extra brigade than the British just because they have so many cannons. First Brigade is General Brenier. He's staff rating of 8. He gets that +1 morale save. And he's got the big hammer here. He's got the 4 line battalions plus a combined Voltigeur battalion attached to him. So he's got a skirmish screen out in front of his brigade. So that should be fun. And they're going to go in. And Napoleon has tasked them probably to go in first, I'm assuming. So they got the 2nd Brigade. They're in here. 2nd Brigade, or 2nd Battalion, 55th Regiment of Line. 4th Battalion, 9th Regiment of Line. 1st Battalion, 2nd Regiment of Line. And 3rd Battalion, 8th Battalion of Line. And then the 1st Brigade combined Voltigeur battalion. And they all have the standard passe charge, except the Voltigeurs have sharpshooter and skirmish. Let me find 2nd Brigade here for a second. I believe they're right here. It's this brigade right here. 2nd Brigade is commanded by General Tomier, staff rating 8. He has, so that's these guys right here. 3 battalions. 2nd Battalion, 2nd Regiment of Line, 3rd Battalion, 70th Regiment of Line, and 1st Battalion, 47th Regiment of Line. They're identical to the standard French line battalions. Tomier's is is a staff rating of 7 if I didn't say that. 3rd Brigade, let me zip over to them. Oh, they're over there. Okay. Trying to make my big, usually sudden, drastic moves I usually do and make everybody nauseous. There we go. Another 3 Battalion Brigade. 4th Battalion, 105th Regiment of Line. 3rd Battalion, 36th Regiment of Line. And then the first, my first time ever in battle, the far group over there is the 1st Battalion, 96th Regiment of des Légers. So I guess it's the light infantry. So they're same stats as all the other stuff, but they have sharpshooter and passe de charge. Or pas de charge, sorry. The 4th Battalion is kind of fun. Oh, the commander of the 3rd Battalion, did I say him? That's Solignac, staff rating 7. All right, 4th Brigade. It's one of the fun battalions in my book. Probably the most fun because it's got Visual Legion troops in it because I love them. Sorry, 4th Brigade. Sorry, General St. Clair, staff rating 8. He has the +1 morale save too. He has 1st Battalion, 1st Regiment of the Visual Legion, 2nd Battalion, 1st Regiment of the Visual Legion, and then he's got 1st Battalion, 1st Regiment of the Swiss Guards. So boom, boom, boom. These 3 guys right here. So that's a fun unit. The Visual Legion is standard line stats. They have poste charge. They have tough fighter, which is cool. They're reliable and elite +5. And then the Swiss Guards, we gave them, they have poste charge, reliable and elite +4. But they get an extra hand-to-hand of 7. And they have a morale save of 3, so they get treated like a guard infantry unit, so that's kind of nice. Kellerman at the actual battle was in charge of one of the groups of one of the brigades for the combined voltigeurs, so I gave him command of the guard, basically. So that's 5th Brigade. Kellerman's a staff rating 8. He has a +1 morale save, which they almost don't freaking need it. So then you've got your 3 guard, light, middle, young, middle, old guard. The old guard grenadiers. I don't have a chasseur one yet. So it's the 3rd Battalion, 2nd Regiment of Grenadiers, Old Guard, 1st Battalion, 4th Regiment, they Grenadiers, and 1st Battalion, 1st Regiment, they Voltigeurs. And they just have amazing stats that are insane. You know, they got tough fighter, passe charge, and they have different elites, and the young guard are sharpshooters, so they're just a great group of units that usually just wipe the floor with everyone they meet. The 6th Brigade is General Charlot. I think St. Clair actually commanded the cavalry. I probably should have switched that around, but I gave him the, just kind of was throwing names together. And he has 3 squadrons of cavalry. There's 2 of them are there. And then he has a light cavalry squadron of chasseurs à cheval over there behind 3rd Brigade. You got that marauder roll, you can take off running. We'll center on these guys. So he's got 2nd Squadron, 11th Regiment, Chasseurs de Cheval, Chasseurs de Chasseurs à Cheval, excuse me. 1st Squadron, 4th Regiment de Cuirassiers, and 1st Squadron, 2nd Regiment de Carabiniers. And all of them are pretty cool. They got the heavy cavalry and then marauder roll, so should be good. And then the 7th and 8th Brigades are, and that's Melee or Mellet. He was over that. Sorry, I take that back. I scrolled down too far. He's a staff rating 8. Charlot, excuse me. He's in charge of 5 of the artillery batteries. He's got 1st Section, 2nd Company, 8th Artillery, and then all the way down. So he's got 2 12-pounders, an 8-pounder, a 6-pounder, and a howitzer. They're lined up front here. And then 8th Brigade, old Delaborde, who got his butt kicked in the last one, they put him over the Guard Artillery. He's got 1st Section, 1st Company, 2nd Guard Artillery Rapide, and he's got 3 12-pound howitzer batteries and 1 howitzer battery, so that's pretty devastating. The nice thing about the Guard Artillery is they have a morale of 3, and they have a stand of 3, and they also have elite +4 and the marauder and the reliable, so you can really, if they want to take off and move, they can do it. They can make morale save. They can shake off their disordered if they get it, and they can stick around. They can take a couple hits, unlike most usual artillery takes 1 hit and it goes bye-bye. So that's the French. They got to go a long way. Let's get you a different look at the map while we're over here. See the British there, and way down there 15 feet away is Vimiero. But it should be a good game, and we'll get it all together, and hope you enjoy. It might be a bit long, so make sure you got a lot of miniatures to paint, and it might take more than 1 sitting, because this could go on for a while. But alright, gents, enjoy, and go over some more of the rules and special stuff of the terrain, and before we get started, but hopefully we'll get here and do some good dice roll and have a good match for you to watch. Enjoy. See you guys.
Are covered in tree sap.
Tree sap? I've been burning stuff all day. Oh, you look good. All right, we're going 1, 2, or 3. James has English. 4, 5, and 6 I'm French. Hit it, dude. Let's see what happens.
Do it.
What the hell's that?
That's a 1.
So what the hell? I said...
I think it's on
One,
English,
two,
right? What
do we play it?
We gotta go back and check what you just...
All right, James is going to start off with the Hanoverians with bowels, Brigadier General bows. He's going to move them. They're in march column, so we're saying they get a +2. We kind of little tweaked that a little bit from the real rules. And he's going to, what are you going to do? You're going to move them forward?
I'd like to move them forward and get them...
Around there?
Maybe
you put him in line over there?
Line. Yeah.
All right, so he's... I think he's a...
First.
Oh, and who are you putting the generals and the, what's it called with? That too, we got to figure that out. Who are you going to put Wellington with? Which brigade? And then what's Picton going to be with?
Let's do...
We're back in a minute. We're back. A little bit of a rough start. We can't remember what side we're on and whatever. So Wellington's attached to this brigade here, and go ahead and roll. He's a 7, and he gets a re-roll, but he gets +2 with being in march column. So he's going to move forward probably 2 and turn into line, right, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Do it. What you get?
7.
All right, so that goes down to 5. So you get 2 moves.
Okay.
All right, have fun.
All right.
Rolling, fuck it.
I'm not
Here we go, baby.
satisfied.
Totally. Let's roll some doubles. Roll some blunders here.
I gotta... We can do better than 7. Marginally better than 7.
There we go. That's average. Screw that average crap.
There we go.
There we go. What'd you get? 5. No, all right. All right, we're gonna rock it out now.
We're back in.
All right, we'll be back after we remove 17,000 figures. It'll probably be tomorrow. Massive success with which brigade we say was 5th Brigade?
4th.
4th Brigade, the Hanoverian Brigade.
Trusty Germans.
Yeah, yeah. They're always James always controls the Germans. They got that Hanoverian descent. They know he's from there.
That's right.
All right, they are lined up, ready to rock it. That looks freaking good.
Very nice.
3 commands, and get Wellington and Bowles or Bowes, Bernard Bowes over there behind them. Put Bowes and Wellington over there hanging out still. All right. British rocking it. Okay, next brigade. All right, Picton's attached to the 6th Brigade, the Cavalry Brigade. James is going to try to move forward a little bit with the Hussars and then sprint the Dragoons up behind him over, kind of nestled up on these trees to threaten the French left. All right, so he's an 8. They both get +1. We're doing the Hussars first.
Yes.
6. Okay, that's what you wanted.
That worked.
All right, just do the other one, or while we're filming, just do the, it's a follow me order with the other guy. 7. So he makes it, yeah.
No, it's a 9.
What's that? Oh, is it 3? Oh, a 9. Yeah. So it's an 8. They get +1 in that formation, so they can do 1 move, unless you want to burn a reroll. It's pretty early.
Yeah, it's pretty early. It's not necessary.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see
All
you.
right.
All right, the Hussars are up against the trees, and the Dragoons are moving up. Nothing too fancy. They're just kind of getting ready to have a drink of water. All right, we'll see what's going on next. I got a picture of these guys while you're thinking. Who's next? Oh shit! They go on forever. I'm sorry. I love looking down the lines. All right, go for it, baby. Robert Crawford's going to order the Guard Brigade to move up onto the hill here. Oh shit! Yeah, 7.
Yep.
So they get what? Is that 2? Oh wait.
You said it was a 9.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, 2. Okay, cool. The Guard. Here come the Guard Brigade moving up the hill, coming out of Vimiero. All right, we'll figure out what's going to happen next. All right, what are you ready? So this is Rowland Hill in 1st Brigade. He's going to try to do a little left step to try to secure the flank from the French, the dirty Frenchies. All right, so this is an 8.
There you go.
Oh, a 10. He failed.
No.
All right, now we got to contemplate. He didn't want to do it. All right, we got to think about it now. British artillery, 4 guns. So they're going to fire at French artillery, and then we call it's grazing fire, but I guess General d'Armée calls it bounce through, which we kind of like better. So it'll be synonymous. First gun's going to fire at that Imperial Guard 12-pounder. All right, so it's a -1 for long range, -1 for a whatever loaded small gun unit. So that's going to be A 6. Yeah, 6 to hit. And then a 6 for the Visual Legion behind him when it bounces through. So roll 1 dice and then roll another. Alright, misses the cannon, so the next one go through, baby. See if the Visual Legion takes like a champ. Whoa, close! Woo! Shaved off some short hairs. Alright, second gun. Misses. The Great Richfield Legion again, trying to dodge it, doing the Matrix. No, they don't! And we will pause. Alright, Visual Legion trying to save on a 5 or a 6 from the cannonball. Fuck. Bail, casualty. Alright, and the last 2 cannons for the British are going to fire at the last 12-pounder in line. That one right there. Alright, so both need 6s. And these ones are going through and hitting the Swiss Guards. Damn, close. Shaved them off a little bit. Alright, now 2 6s for the Swiss Guards.
Nope.
Oh, got lucky. Alright, so that's the end of shooting because the British don't have anything else, right? A lot of movement. Got a pop can in the middle of the table.
Were the 95th in range?
No, they were just short.
Barely?
95th was short.
Okay, then we're done.
Unless you want to move. Well, it's too late to move the 95th. I guess they're going to stay there.
They're good in there.
They're going to be impossible to hit in those damn rocks. All right. Well, okay, we'll do French movement. I got to come up with something. I definitely know the Visual Legion is disorder. They won't be moving too far. All right, General Brenier of the 1st Brigade. He's going to try to order his brigade to take the British right flank and then have the Voltigeur, whatever, brigade or battalion in front of them. We're going to do, see what happens. All right. And Napoleon joined up with them. 7. We said that was less than, didn't we? That'd be 2 moves. We'll try it again. If I screw this up, the entire attack goes to dog crap. We got Napoleon over there for fun. Let's see what happens. People frauds! Ooh, it pays off. All right. Let's see what happens. And that's why we love black powder. The French are already, they jumped over there. So Napoleon driving them forward. All right, next, let's try to bring 2nd Brigade with them. So that is Tomier's. And he's got Ney with him. He is a 7, so he's not quite as good as the first guy. So he's going to try to move 3 moves to the right too and support 1st Brigade. Let me see if I burn all of Ney's rerolls here. 9, 1. I'm going to burn Ney reroll. Let's see what I'm going to burn here. He gets 8 rerolls, the Corps Commanders, but they can use more than 1 in 1 turn. This is important. Okay, good. All right, 5. All right, so they're going to move 3 moves. All right, Kellerman's going to order the Guard Brigade behind 2nd Brigade to kind of move in support. He's got no rerolls, but the Guard are the Guard. So let's see what they do. Oh shit, yeah. All right, the Cavalry Squadron. The first one's going to go. The first 2. Oh, I can't do a. I have to order them separately because I have the Chasseurs à Cheval. It's a brigade. All right, I'll order the Cuirassiers first. They're an 8, but they count as a 9 with a +1 in deep formation.
Oh.
And that's a shit show. We'll be back with the old boxcars. Right where we left off. The blunder table. 1 dice, right? All right, this is the Cuirassiers. Where do they go? Jesus, this is terrible. Starting off spicy already. 5. Where am I going?
You will move forward.
How far?
You will attempt to make 1 move forward on its own. You 1 move into its own front quarter as far as it can go.
1 move?
Yes.
Okay, that's not where I wanted to go. But okay, I'll do that. I got a blunder already. That's good stuff. All right, Solignac is going to order 3rd Brigade. They're going to shift to the left behind those trees and kind of not put themselves out there to get railed on by cannons. So the Visual Legion and the Swiss Guards are going to sit there and wait for their buddy to get undisordered. They're brave. All right, Solignac's a 7. Oh, good. Okay, he's going to move easy. So at the end of the French movement phase, oh shit, we got some French are trying to take the right. Had the blunder with the cavalry squadron, but trying to keep them together. And then those guys did not move. They weren't allowed to move because of the blunder. And then that other brigade disappeared behind the trees to try to stay away from the British artillery. All right, French shooting is going to be a whole lot of cannons, and then this right flank. I think it's going to be a fun one. Let's see what happens. Oh, you know it's Napoleonics when you got the cotton balls. All right, we'll do some rolling here in a minute. I guess I'll go left to right. I'll be right back with some figuring. I'm going to go right to left, do artillery. All right. We're going to group cannons here. 3 12-pounders against the 35th. I'm going to do some combo shooting. So they need 6s. Put them in defense and then at long range. All 3 cannons missed. Now we're going to say there's no bounce through because of the elevation, or no grazing fire. It would hit that slope and then it would bounce over. We're trying to name of the name of the fortification type that does that. I'll skip the howitzers. Is that the 4th King Zone? I love those guys.
It is.
All right, so I'm going to fire the 4 line batteries against them. I'll do 4 6s. That'd be great. Yahtzee. Did I get? Nothing.
No.
Shit, nothing. All right, that's terrible. And then the 2 howitzers I will fire at the same unit. So I don't know if they get defenses or not because they come up and straight down. So no, I don't think you get defenses. Well, if they land short, you would. Yeah, we'll give them +2 too. If it just hits, it does 2 casualties. Think about that. But fortifications, you get defense. You're in defense. You're in defense. So 2 6s against the 4th King Zone with the 2 howitzers. Oh, got one. Got one. All right. So we'll get it disordered and then to do a save for that bad boy. So 2 4s. Because they're in fortifications, but they're in defense and they have a +1 for artillery. So roll a 4, 5, or a 6. Got 1. You took 1 casualty. Okay, that's not bad. And you're disordered. I just dropped the camera. That's hilarious. I was like, oh god. All right, so I'll have to go buy a GoPro. 5 shots from the Voltigeur battalion. We'll do the King Zone. Oh, they're in defense. They get defense. They're +1. So anything 1s and 2s don't hit. So they get 1 extra shot for being with Napoleons with their brigade. And they get +1 to hit, and they're close range. So it's a bunch of modifiers, but it's going to be anything but 1s and 2s misses. So 1. And I also have sharpshooter, which is nice, so I can re-roll that 1 miss. Yay! Oh, and another multi-disordered. All right, we'll come back and figure that out. Oh, you can do all those are saves. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6 this time because you're in cover. Oh shit! You did them all.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Get a man a beer. All right. That was a great save, man. All right, so the other 2 attack columns will fire at the King Zone too. After those saves, I don't even know why they're bothering. Like this, the Matrix over there. 5s or 6s. Missed them both. All right. I think that's all I got. So that was that could have been a lot worse if James would have nailed 5 saves. I'll just get some scenic views at the end of turn 1. Wow, that's pretty freaking awesome. All right, James got to do some shit here. He's got his flank is getting taken. The Frenchies are coming. Wow, that looks awesome. I love the cotton balls. That makes me happy. Been waiting to play this game. They're close. Okay. James got some thinking to do. I might get him another beer here in a minute. I'll see ya. All right, I've got some thought to do. All right, so James has moved over, picked in his drunk asses over here with Rowland Hill. And first rolls, I think it's going to be the 28th, is going to charge?
Yes. If you can.
So we're going to try to, if he does succeed in the roll, the Voltigeurs will try to recombine with their parent battalions, and we'll go from there. I think they have to succeed in an evade roll. I think if they fail, they get dispersed. We have to check that. That'll be a freaking mess. All right, so first off, he's got an 8, and yeah, then lots of rerolls. You want to burn them all for days.
Yeah.
But once he fails, you can't move anymore. But if you just do rerolls, you're good. All right, 2. Go for it, buddy. This is big. Oh shit.
6.
Yeah, I'll get you 2 moves. I'll get you there. Okay. All right, James is gonna slam into somebody. I don't even know what the hell. I don't even have a. You have to have a modifier for that. I don't even think there is. If anybody knows, if skirmishers are hit by a line unit and decide to stay, I guess they would get closing fire. But then there's got to be some kind of penalty for skirmishers being scattered all over the place. But I don't remember what it is. So we might make some shit up if I fail this completely. But we're going to try to evade and reform with the parent units. And they have an 8, but they get a +1 with Napoleon being there. Alright, so I did that. Alright, so I won't get closing fire because these boys are running back and joining up with the units. Here we go. So this is, I don't know, what regiment? It's from Cornwall?
32nd Regiment.
32nd Regiment. Going with, trying to form into column of companies and moving behind whatever battalion that was. I don't even know. It's getting dark. Here we go. Do it! Oh shit.
Oh,
hey, hey, we gotta think about that.
Yeah.
That's a reroll. Oh, I count that as 1. I'll keep track of the rerolls. There's gonna be a lot of rerolls for this one. Picton's gonna go through a whole bottle of whiskey on this one. There's 1.
Liquid courage. Oh no!
That's 2. We're rolling again. So it gets 8 rerolls for the game, and there's 2 so far. Oh, there's 3 rerolls. This is important. Let's use all 8 to get out of here. What the fuck?
Plunder.
Yeah, reroll that one. That's 4. This is like you're rolling the hit with these things. You get the bad. 9. That's 5.
Oh my god.
You got to get at least 1. This has got to happen. Switch dice. Do something. Okay, good. All right, good. 5 rerolls. God. Jesus. All right, that earned. Jesus, all right. Battalion from Sussex. He's only got 3 rerolls left. He's gonna use them all. Picton's gonna be worthless after this. He'll be totally hammered. He'll get shot through his head again. All right, reroll, baby. Mm-hmm. This is another column of companies, I guess. Yes.
Yes.
Oh God, we got to get something here. All right, 7. That'll be 1 move or change formation. Oh. Yeah, that's it. That's not enough. I ain't gonna get it done. You got 2 rerolls left. This is a big hand-to-hand, man.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah. All right.
I'm giving you fuck this one up. I'm giving you different dice. We're doing something. We're breaking out some pink ones. Yeah, just switch now. I'm getting anxious.
I'm going purple.
Purple haze. Here we go. That worked. Yes, purple. Can't go wrong. Jimi Hendrix is right. General Fane with Wellington ordering 2nd Brigade to jump over the wall and get stuck in. All right, he's an 8.
All right.
The purple dice.
That'll do it.
Oh shit! All right, I don't know. Wellington doesn't even be needed there. It's no big deal. Just the cannon shifting to the left a little bit here. Yeah, they get 1 move. They can push them a little bit to the left.
Oh,
I'll roll that. Let's both re-roll. Dirty dice. No, good. Yeah. You got it. All right, so shift to the left a little bit. 6 inches. Oh, that's
looking better.
That looks a lot better. Yeah. Good. That was good moves. You know, it did. Picked it to break everything out. Up. That's nice. Yeah. So they attacked. The 9th Regiment. 4th Battalion, 9th Regiment. So James got smart and attacked the unit farthest to the French right, so he gets less support. Dick. The British got everything coming down the hill. That looks good. Oh, that's insane. Can't believe we painted all these dudes. Stupid. Okay. And he moved his cannons over a little bit just in case. He needs to fire to the left, but they can still fire straight ahead. The Grand Melee. Let's see what happens here. Well, we got to shoot first, then we'll come back to this. Robert Anstruther urging the Hussars forward. on a suicide British cavalry attack into the French Guard artillery. And this could turn into a catastrophe for the French artillery. They go pinballing through it. All right, he's an 8. They get a +1 for being in deep formation. Go for it, baby.
All right.
What the hell's that?
Oh, a 10.
Oh. Nice. They fails. They can't do anything.
Nothing.
No, all right. So they can't even order anything else. There's no rerolls. That sucks.
Yeah.
No, that's blows. Okay, so that doesn't happen. Anstruther fucked it up. Okay. All right, so this is at 8, but they're reliable, so it's a 9 for the 95th to move forward to threaten some cannons. No more 10s.
There you go. 3.
Cool. Oh, yeah. All right, so. All right,
okay.
Scrap that move. We forgot when once Anstruther failed, he couldn't order anybody else. So we got left is the Guard or that brigade over there on the hill over there. My fault. That was. I love the 95th. I wanted to get him in there. Last game. Nightingale, who couldn't pass an order last game, he's going to order his brigade into column of companies and start moving into the trees to threaten the French left. He's a 7. Please, for the love of God. What the hell's that?
That's a 5.
All right, good. So he gets 2 moves.
Couple.
Is that 2 moves?
Yeah.
We need a tape measure. All right, that's over there. All right, Nightingale succeeds. He feels good about himself. He might as well retire for the rest of the game. He's got his boys. They jumped over the wall. They moved forward.
They're going to stay right there the rest
of the game. They'll hang out there. At least they'll threaten the right. They're in reserve. So now it's just limbering up those 2 artillery pieces and moving them wherever James wants to. That's he's an 8. 8, yeah. What the hell's that?
9.
So they ain't doing shit. All right, so those cannons are staying there.
Just pointing at the river.
What's going on? We didn't quite get that order. Yeah. All right, so we got left is the Guard.
The Guard, yep.
What do you want to do? They're a 10 effectively with the reliable order and the march column. So and then Crawford's an 8, so they're a 10.
Okay.
Try to stand above us so I don't get the glare from the light. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Crawford with the Guard. Oh shit, they're gonna go for days.
All right.
So 36 inches. Oof. Just telling James, you really got a lot of room to maneuver here. A little bit of that looks good. Them coming down. The Guard Brigade. Fuck you. And beyond those trees, there's another British battalion or brigade. That was good as shit. This is just going to be an epic disaster over here. All right, so shooting, right? Yeah. So cannons and then not closing fire, but your guys can have supporting fire and all kinds of stuff. That was good. I'm just feeling cinematic here, sorry. They almost look like French in their column of companies. That looks good. The French way back there. Hello. Oh shit. That's a mess over there in that corner, dude. I mean, you're closer to it than I am, but from back here it looks like just a nightmare. Mm-hmm. Looks like an interstate in Chicago. Oh. Okay, we're gonna do some killing. Also nightmare. Alright, so the 4th King Zone can fire at a French battalion, and whoever that is behind them, I don't know who the hell that is. It's some other battalion. We'll figure that out in a minute. They can fire at somebody. And then the 4 British cannons. So that's what we got shooting. We'll do that in a minute. So we got the 4th King Zone, 4 shots at the, what we say, the 9th, I think it is? Who knows? We'll figure it out. What'd you get? Oh, a 6? Oh.
6, 5,
so
4,
2
4.
hits.
All right.
2 hits. Let me try to make saves. And then, and one of them's disordered already, right? The other one was a 6.
Yeah.
All right, so I got, I'm in attack column, so I'm 3, 4, 5, 6. Save. Oh, save them both. All right, but I am disordered. 3, 4, 5s, and 6 is 5 shots with the Wellington bonus. Oh,
Yeah.
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm taking you to Vegas. 2 disorder. Everything hit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. Try to make those. Same saves. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. I see some 1s in there. I see a couple. So 3 misses. I'm a borderline disordered. That was a good brawl. That's a good volley right there. And I'm disordered, and I was already disordered anyway. So 3 casualties. So it's 6 and everything. I'll just roll 4 dice. So fired 2 cannons at the far 12-pounder over there. And that'll go through, well, you better do different colors. What color's the...
So purple will be for...
The bounce through? Yeah. That'll,
Sure.
Okay, the grazing fire or whatever. Go for it. So 6 is for everything.
Nothing.
Big old nothing. Okay. And now the other, same thing for the other one. So they're firing at the far 12-pounder.
Nothing.
Okay, that was worthless.
All right. We did it.
We got through it. All right. So now it's hand to hand, which is more fun.
Yes.
So this is make sure it's right on this with our little hit. Yeah, +1 to hit for. So you get 6 attacks, and basically you're charging. So it would be. I'm just gonna add it through my head to make sure I did it right. So that would be a 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you got Picton's bonus, so then it's 2, 3, 4. So I had nothing but 1s. So 6, don't roll 1s. This is the hand-to-hand.
No ones.
Lots of glare. Alright, so you don't have to worry about shit. So that's 6 hits. Alright, I'm going to figure out the French. We'll come right back. Alright, so the French they're a large unit, so they get 8 attacks. So and they get +1 for Napoleon. So I am 3, 4, 5s, and 6s with 8 attacks. Oh shit. So that's not as good, but that's still a lot of attacks. That's what I get. That's not good. So we got 1. I'm trying to look through the camera lens. It doesn't do shit. Alright. So I got, what's that, 5? Alright, so I got 5 hits on the British. Now I save on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. I gotta do 6 saves. Ooh. So I take 2 hits. 2 casualties. Alright, buddy. Let's see what you can do. You got 5 rolls, and you got to save on your 4, 5, and 6s. So that's kind of brutal. But good rolling. Oh, so you took 2.
Yeah.
Did I take? I took 3.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So I took 3. You took 2. All right. No, I took 2 too. Shit. I'm gonna go back and look. All right. So we have to go back and watch the last video clip. All right. So we both took 2. Now I think this is where it gets support-wise is the big deal, because I only have 1. The French have 1 support. You're fully supported with 3, plus you're attacking downhill. So you win by 3. So I gotta, you win by 3. Ugh. So I gotta do some kind of save then, I think. I'll figure that one out. Morale save. Oh God, I hate these things. It's just a straight up morale save with actually with a +2 because of Napoleon. No excess casualties. 6, so that goes up to 8. So an 8 in hand-to-hand. I think I'm staying there, baby. Hold its ground, and it remains where it is, and we'll continue fighting. Now, I lost. This is the... Okay. Remember from the supplement, if the attack column loses the hand-to-hand, kill me if I get it wrong, but they revert into a line. They lose their attack column bonus. They're large. They've got the voltigeurs out there on the side. So they are straight across, and it's just a big old flail fest there. Those guys still got their first fire too. They haven't used it yet. Okay, I think that's the end of the British turn, and we'll just for tonight I'll knock out a French thing, and then we're gonna shut it down. But it won't feel like a minute to you, yeah. All right, he's gonna try to just shift his all of his crap to the right so I can fully support the hand-to-hand. He's got Napoleon. I was gonna move Napoleon out to do something else, but I kind of need him for the hand-to-hand to throw the bonuses in to stop the Brits. All right, here we go. This is like 1 move. I have to do separate units because it's a damn brigade. The brigade can't move all together. So the 1st battalion, they make it. The 2nd battalion, they make it. I'm rolling. This is how I'll shoot though later. You roll high, I'll roll low. I can pass some orders. I can't kill anybody. And then third battalion. Is that a fail? No, it's an 8. So that's good. I could do that. So Napoleon was worthless, but I'll use him for hand to hand. I totally forgot the Brits had pummeled that third battalion over there and disordered them, put 3 casualties on them. So there's no point moving them because they're already supported to the rear and to the left. So all that shit was for nothing. That was worthless. Next up, we'll move 2nd Brigade. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to come up and do some fucking hand-to-hand. All right, they're going to charge forward and see if they can engage the King Zone. This could be fun. All right, here we go. They're 8s, no re-rolls. Double 1s. Oh, yes, baby! And we'll just, they made contact, so we're in business here with 2 supports. Now I'm just going to back them up with the Guard. If they fail, the Guard will finish them off. Guard moving up right behind them to back them up. Yeah, good thing I'm not shooting. I switch dice when I shoot. And yeah, it's totally. This is the. I bought the General des Armées, but I haven't got it yet. I want to try to see what the movement's like. But this black powder movement is. These guys they're moving. It's not. You don't get bored. Yeah, sorry about that bumper. I might probably bump them. Caught with my shirt. Second Brigade moved up and engaged. And they're basically fully supported. Now you got 6 battalions all lined up with the Guard behind them. So if they fail, they're ready to be supported. I got hopefully that guys will get undisordered over there. It's a brawl. It's a knocking match over here. I think the Hanoverians have got the. Ooh, that'd be fun. Well, I'll say you could attack from the side, but then you get that traversing fire if you came across the flanks. I got to figure out something to do with the next move here. I might fucking go for it. Ney's going to order the cuirassiers to charge into this shit.
Okay.
It's
Chaos.
Yeah, it's going to be total chaos. They're in hand-to-hand, so I can't hit them. I'll try to... That's an angle I could do. It's in the front quarter. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to switch to... They're going to move into line formation and then try to hit them. That would technically be a side. It would look like a side attack, but they're in the front quarter. The only way I could avoid it would be to do this kind of bullshit. Right. And that would expose them to traversing fire. Uh-huh. So that's kind of... They're going to be sitting right here, but they're technically going to be... Because these guys are all going to turn to square anyway. Yeah. If I don't fuck this up completely. Oh, I was recording all that. Oh, that's great. I was recording the dirt. I'm going to keep it because that was good. Shows you my thought process. All right, so Ney is going to order the cuirassiers forward. I was like pointing at the ground like a dumbass. Sorry, everybody. I'll go back and laugh at that later. That's some of the flavor you get on this channel. Total stupid shit. 8. Be 1 move. I'm going to burn a reroll. Keep track of the rerolls. That's 1. Yes. It's like a game show. What the hell is that? 6? Is that 2 moves?
Yes.
That's not going to get it done. Is that 36 inches? Shit. I'm going to stick it. I forgot they had to change formation. They couldn't make it there anyway. So I took the 2 moves. I burned up 1 reroll, right? And then Ney will order the Carbineers to... I'm going to move in behind the old guard. They're going to stay in that formation. Nothing exciting. Actually, I'm going to join up with them, where their commander's going to join up with them and do a follow me order. See what the hell happens here. That's be fun. 7. So that's successful. Okay, I can do 3 moves. This is the British unit going into square. Making an order.
Oh.
Okay. You keep the 2 though. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No, fuck it. Yeah, we rolled on. We did it last time. Be consistent. I was trying to be nice. Square! All right, it doesn't matter. Okay, so they go into insane follow me order here. All right, go for it. He makes it 2. Okay, so I'm going to be stuck. So that's kind of what Ney does. Suicidal heavy cavalry attacks. He led the Cuirassier regiment up there, and they were able to have range to bounce 2 of these guys into the square. It was a little bit confusing with how close everybody was together, but we kind of bounced them back 6 inches. They both passed their order to get into square from line, so that's good. Ney's up there, and then I can't remember the name of their commander, but he's with them too. They did a follow me order, and then the Cuirassiers are back there. It's a nightmare, this whole attack here. All right, and I still gotta move. Oh, I can move the Polish and shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna try to order the Vistula Legion over there near those guys. I was gonna move forward and block the road, but then I'd be getting enfiladed by the 95th, which is just such a great idea. So I can pass that. 8, but with reliable, and there, and so it's 10s. Okay, we got that. So the last thing I do is order a couple of cannons to pivot to the right a little bit. They succeed, and then the guard will stay where they are, so that'll be enough. The artillery has kind of shifted and moved forward to try to compensate for the cuirassiers sitting right in front of them. All right, we'll do some shooting and some scooting. What a fucking disaster. Tactically idiotic. Just totally lost all flavor for the... We'll do it. I'll see you in a minute. All right, time for shooting. French artillery kind of shifted. Just in case we... I think I had a little bit of an error on that last time I tried to save, so I'm just going to go over it again in case it doesn't show up or it shows up all corrupted. So we've got this brigade is disordered. The 8th. They can fire at... Oh, they're in melee. Shit. Oh, they can fire at the square. That's right. Yeah, let's see if that's in range. God, I forgot these guys are in melee, aren't they? All right, we'll do some measuring quick. Make sure I can do that. All right, so the British get 7 attacks, needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Just because of the Wellington bonus. Go for it, my friend. Oh, not as good as usual.
No.
What'd you get? How many did you get there? 4? First time either. And the French will attack back with 8 attacks because they're a large battalion, and they get a +1 with Napoleon, so they're going to be 3, 4, 5s, and 6s too. Let's see if I don't blow this one. That looked halfway decent.
Better, yeah.
That looks, I think I missed 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Saves. So no more attack column for me. Big roll here, baby.
Oh.
Keep that 5. That was a good 5.
Okay.
That thing was straight up 5. I really was. It was a beautiful roll. I mean, it was sitting there straight. So you'd take 1 casualty, so you go to 3.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that 5 was perfect. A lot of the stuff on this terrain doesn't stay perfect, but that was actually good. Jesus Christ. Rolling good. Thank you, sir. Sorry about the swearing there. And I got 4 hits, and I'm on 4, 5s, and 6s. So just 1. I'm just double checking because I forget everything. I'll turn around on my ADHD kicks. I'm like, what? Oh, shit.
Nice.
I'm there, too. All right. Now do some math.
Yeah, well, you got 2 casualties.
Well, I don't have any more.
No.
I made all my saves.
Right.
All right, so after that dizzying math, we found out that it was an absolute draw. The French didn't take any casualty. The British took 1 more, so they're up to 3. And it's a draw, so they keep on brawling next turn.
Yep.
Oh, Christ. Okay. That's okay. That works out. I think we did it right. Let us know, because we screwed things up. Now we do another hand-to-hand here. So just for everyone's, we'll probably screw it up, but squares can't be supported, but squares can support. We're going with that. That's our rule. We're sticking to it. So they will be able to support that's the king zone down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and you get the steady line thing. So you can either shoot at them, which I think everyone says the best thing to do is to countercharge because you get a +1. And you're going downhill too. So instead of me just charging you and getting a bonus, you charge back. Mm-hmm. Everyone, I think mathematically, all the guys that play this game a lot more than we do say that's a good thing. I forgot the King Zone is part of this brigade over here, so there's still Wellingtons in effect for this one, even though the supports are a different one. It's a disaster mess here. This fucking looks awesome though. Alright, so 7 attacks for the British at +1.
7?
Yeah. Yeah, one more. Sorry about that. You can reach in front, okay. And so it's 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Ooh, shit.
No.
You need a reroll on that one.
No.
No reroll. Yuck.
All right.
I don't have any I'm not supercharged, so I only have a standard French attack column with 6 attacks. James kind of made it. Well, 4 hits is still, it's not bad. And I'm 3, 4, 5s, and 6s too because I'm charging. Ooh. I also see a lot of 6s. Is that Yahtzee?
That's...
I did one of your rolls, so I missed 1. So you have to make 5 saves, and I got to make 4. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So, but you save. We're to give you the cover on the first turn at least. So you save on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s.
No.
Oh, that's a lot of casualties.
Yeah.
That's going to be excess too.
Well,
We made 1, so you made 4 casualties. All right, get the dice out on that one. That's not good. 4. Ooh. Oh, James did a Steve. That'll be an excess. Get the green one too. You'll be shaking too. You already had one.
Yeah.
So you'll be. So just get a second dice and put it on the shaken one for your excess.
Okay, so 3, and then what is it beyond that?
So you'll have 2 on the other dice on the shaken one. So that'll be your excess casualties if you lose the battle. Ooh, and shaken.
That's not looking good.
That was gross. That was a disaster. Oh, all right. So I got to save 4 of them. I wasn't expecting all those 1s. Oh, I did the same fucking thing.
No,
I got 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little better. So give me 2 casualties on my guy, if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right, we'll figure this out. So that's all right. I didn't want to. My mind process is a bit dizzying. So after all, only had half a beer and it's dizzying. So it's going to be a straight up morale save because of the Wellington +2 morale save. It'll be because it would have been a -2 with extra casualties from losing to hand. All right, so just don't roll shit. All right, go for it, buddy. You rolled shit. You rolled a big shit. All right, stay here. So now you got to do +2 morale saves for the 2. Oh, they're in a different battalion technically. So just you have to roll morale saves on the squares. Do the one on the left first. Let's do the Scottish. We should give them a +1 just for being badasses. We have to. Ooh. Do they take a morale save? Or they
I don't know.
Oh, hang on. Stand by. So we know the King Zone exploded. The Highland Battalion retreated. The Black Watch. And then James has got to do. Who are the other guys? Is that the second Nottingham? I think we think.
Yeah, it's probably Nottingham.
All right, we'll figure that shit out in a minute. All right, and that'll be the end of today's playing day, which was I needed this. I need you now. Woo! We got a lot of movement though. Really, we're only in turn 2. We'll be in turn 3 tomorrow, or whenever. Sorry, it'll feel like I'm 10 minutes to you, but it might actually be a week for us. So last one is the morale save here. Let me switch dice. That was rough.
Come back to my.
Where are the purples? Go back to the purple haze.
Yeah.
There you go. Here we go. Purple dice. Oh, I should have stayed with them the whole time. All right, so they stay there. Okay. And that'll wrap up the turn. They are a little bit of a hole. Not.
It'll quickly be filled.
Yeah, but here come the French.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. We're at the end of turn 2. Will be British turn 3 in a minute for you. So that's the end of turn 2 before turn 3. And it's been a great start to the game. A couple things I want to work on. I'm showing a lot more game mechanics this time than I ever have. So it's been a little bit of work on my part to try to get control of the camera and not making it a nauseating experience. Keep it enjoyable while showing some more game mechanics. So I'm experimenting now with using a tripod I've had laying around. Just giving you a quick pan of the battlefield at the end of the turn. I do like the low angle shots. I'll get some of those separately, but I think I'm going to do most of the video on, try to do it on a tripod, just to make it a better viewing experience at least. Because I do go back and watch these, and I know them I'm like, oh God, I wish I would have done that better. Makes it a bit distracting when you're all over the place, or when I completely forget I have a camera in my hand because I'm doing something else and I'm shooting pictures of the dirt, which is just awesome. So I think off this I can do the dice pit and then everything else. I think I'm just going to situate from here. And if we have any specific shots we want to do, we'll just relocate the camera separately. Shouldn't be too much of a pain in the butt. I'm really trying to make it a better experience for you guys on the watching thing, and also not ruin my gaming experience, because I really, you're really getting it raw here, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing as a cinematographer or a war gamer half the time. So, but I do enjoy going back and watching this. So what's happened thus far, if just in case you forgot, the French have pushed 1st Brigade, 2nd Brigade, and I think their Guard Brigade is their 5th Brigade, into the right flank of the British, and had some success. And they've also pushed 2 cavalry units, well, at least one so far, and the second one's coming up. The cuirassiers have made it to the top of the hill and put 2 units in the square. Sorry, the Carbineers. The cuirassiers are coming up behind them. 4th King Zone is our first victim of the night. They're over there. They got defeated in hand-to-hand combat with... I'm going to go ID this unit just so I can give them credit. Second Battalion, 2nd Regiment of Line. And they're remnants of 2nd Brigade, supported by the Guard Brigade behind them. So they pushed them off the, probably one of my favorite Napoleonic units, the Black Watch, has been pushed back. They have to fall back in disorder, and I believe the 2nd Nottingham's held their own. They're still up there in square. So now 1st Brigade has got down to 3 battalions for the British, and 2nd Brigade's still intact. So they've got 6 British battalions over here against 10 French battalions, including 3 Guard battalions. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. Waiting for James to get a day off, so it's going to be several days till we get back to recording. I have just some thoughts from the first part. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these battalions over here. I guess they'll be my reserve. That's 3rd Brigade and 5th Brigade, I believe. The 2 Vistula Legions and the Scots Guards, and then 2 line battalions and 1 light infantry battalion over there. I have no idea what I'll do. I just kind of moved them behind the trees. Coming out and fighting the British Guard Brigades. Guard Brigade does not sound like a good idea, but might have to be done. Also coming out and exposing them to the 95th Rifles. Not a bueno idea. I guess I can do something with my artillery. But we'll see. These are just some thoughts at the 25% way through the game point. And then British still have their brigade from over on the Vimiero hill that is advancing forward. And two cavalry squadrons too, or 2 regiments. So that's it. Just wanted to try out the tripod. It does feel a little limiting, but it might make a better viewing enjoyment. It might make actually better for me, so less hand holding when I'm doing other things. So that's it. I hope you enjoy the rest of the match. We're gonna have a blast. This part right here is just makes me happy. And yeah, have a great night. We'll see you. Hi, hello. It's another day, but it doesn't feel like it to you. Cameron's standing in for James for a minute. We're gonna play around. He's never played Black Powder before, so it's a bit of a tutorial. But he is the 1st Brigade is not doing shit except for they're stuck in hand to hand and then supporting. But he's going to try to, I don't know, pick that flag up there. Tell me what the bottom of that unit is. I don't know what it is. They have on the bottom it says what?
40th Regiment of Foot, 2nd Somerset.
All right, the 2nd Somerset is going to try to advance with a battalion order onto the line to meet the French, and then we're going to shift around some other the squares to get away from some of the things. So I'll move this to the here. You pointed it, and you get to roll, my friend. So he's So this guy is which guy is this? Who's the commander of this? The 2nd Somerset. Sorry, Fane. He's an 8. Brigadier General Fane. So he's going to order them forward. Let's see what you can roll. Oh, hey, 2 moves. All right, cool. So he could go 14 inches, but I don't think you should do that. That would be insane.
I'm going to go 7.
You go into a full-on attack by yourself. All right, we're going to move forward, and we'll be back. All right. All right. So with a combination of we could have done initiative moves, but it would have been logistically ugly because it would have all been on top of each other, and it would have been a pain in the ass. So the 2 squares both did initiative moves, and they are now supporting the 2nd Somerset, who is in line, facing down a mass amount of French, but they're going to cut loose with their first fire here in a second. And we will figure out what Cameron's doing next. All right, so the next move, Ferguson's going to order those 2 Royal Artillery pieces to limber up on they're on Vimiero Hill and just start hauling ass. They failed last time, so let's see what happens with the magic 8-ball here. Go for it, brother. They fail again. All right, so Ferguson's having problems with his telegraph there. That's funny shit. All right, we'll figure out what's going on next. They're not going anywhere. All right. General Bowes is going to order the Kallenberg Field Battalion, because they have it disordered on the Duke of York's Field Battalion, so the fancy boys. You're going to try to order them to move forward to the tree line there, and then I think the Light Battalion is going to join the Hanoverian Battalion to make them large units. So go ahead and just two dice. Try to roll under a 7, which is... Oh, 1 move. Okay, so that'll work. Okay, good. Actually, keep going. So then you'll do the 2nd unit. That other one from, I think it's from, I forgot where the other one's from, but we'll figure it out. From Bremen, I think. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so we fixed that problem. All right, okay, we'll come back. Probably way the hell back there hiding. Like, you guys got this. I got your back. The general's back there drinking tea. So there we go. They've 2 successful orders from General Bowes. We've done some Hanoverian leapfrog. They're within 6 inches of support them, just in case the French get frisky. And the riflemen have attached to the Hanoverian field battalions, making all 4 battalions large units. All right, he's on a roll. Where are we going next? Robert Anstruther, whatever his name is, he's going to order the Hussars to attack the Chasseurs à Cheval. Let's see what happens. So he's an 8, and you got to roll. Oh shit! Is that 1 move? So but they're on the road, so they're gonna go 36 inches forward. So we can see how far they get. This could be. You don't have to go up to it, but you can. So let's see what happens. I forgot the Hussars were in deep formation, so they actually get a bonus +1. So they are going to engage the Chasseurs à Cheval in hand-to-hand in a melee. Woo! And the Chaucers will countercharge, but this will be my first time playing with ferocious charge. This should be devastating. We'll do a little bit of traversing fire from the French infantry in the woods, but great move.
Get them forward into the road.
Yeah, those guys are, they're going to be devastating. Yeah, in hand to hand. They're not as heavy as like the household cavalry, but they're pretty strong. All right, so Anstruther's going to do a follow me order with the 1st Dragoons, and let's see if he fails again or if he can actually get them forward. Oh shit. Okay, they're going to be going. All right, heavy Dragoons have moved across the 1st Dragoons have moved across the river. They forded it. They got their they changed into line? Yeah, line formation. So they've moved forward 24 inches after that, after paying the 12-inch penalty to cross the stream. Okay, British moving along good. Got a feeling it's going to be those guys over there in the corner. Let's see what the hell they can do. Yeah. Watch the dice. All right, Nightingale's, who fails every single order he gives. He's always hammered. Here he goes. Roll for it. Well, I got one move. All right. Well, that's okay. That's better than usual.
12 inches forward?
12 inches, yeah, and there's no real penalty for wheeling, so just kind of pick the Royal Welsh Fusiliers and go this way. All right, I'm so proud of Nightingale. He's able to do it. What'd you roll? A 7? They get a +1 for that column of companies formation. So, no, he's only a 7 anyway, so it would have been an 8. So yeah, they would have only got one move. Okay. So all we got left, I think, is the Guard Brigade, and I got to figure. We got to come back to that and see what he wants to do with those guys.
That's the far left.
No, those bastards down there.
Oh yeah.
Those are your most elite troops you got. All right, Crawford. He's gonna order the guard up onto the hill with and kind of start working into reserve up here, because it's not looking too good over there. We're gonna. It'll look better when those cannons fire into those cavalry here in a minute. All right, so Cameron, he's an 8. They're in column of companies, making them a 9, and they're reliable, so they're 10. So, nah, you made it. That's okay. You made it so they can do one move. So shift them up, start coming this way with them.
Video games and never played them.
Yeah, they were actually good video games. All right, so the guard have moved up their one move up into the ridge here. It's like, it would be confusing. They're moving away, but they're actually moving into reserve here. I think okay, so that's the end of British movement, I think. All right. I think we're doing shooting. We'll get some cotton balls. All right, the 2nd Nottingham is going to open fire on the 2nd Battalion, 2nd Regiment of Line. And it's first fire within 6 inches, 4 dice, needing shit. I didn't add it up. It would be 4s minus 1, so it's actually going to be a wash with the 6 inches. So it's 4, 5, and 6s. See what you get, baby. Ooh, nice. Okay, cool. That worked out well. So I'm disordered at the minimum, which is great. And I have to make 3 saves. Now I save on 3, 4, 5. I'm actually, because I'm in cover, so I'm going to save on 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6s. So I just can't roll 1s. Look at that. I'm not using green anymore. Shit. So the 2nd Battalion, 2nd Regiment, already had 2 casualties from their hand-to-hand earlier with the King's Own. So they took 2 more, so they broke their stamina. So now they're shaken and disordered, and they have to take a morale test from that devastating shot from the British line unit. So let's see what I can do if I roll double 1s. God, I'm going to... Ah! Might as well have. And I'll see you later, baby. They're gonna just implode. And that's what the British do. They open fire and a giant hole in the middle. That's where that line just shattered, and they ran through the. I bet the old guard stabbed them as they ran by. They were running back to France, little wussies. All right, so that's done. Next shooting, I guess we have to do cannons. Oh, we can do that square.
Yeah, the square needs to fire.
The square. We'll do the square first, and then we'll go with like maximum cannon time. So that's the, which battalion is that? Oh, what's that? Did I get the wrong battalion? Oh, that is the 2nd Nottingham. I gave credit to somebody else. I'm sorry. This was 2nd Somerset. Excuse me. So the Nottingham would fire at the cuirassiers. And I think that's going to be we'll just back up the camera here. I think everyone can not take Zofran for this battle report. Thank you for my tripod. I'll save everybody's motion sickness. Oh, we're back in a minute for that. Right, now I got my British units fixed. Okay, 1 dice, and it's 4, 5, or a 6, basically. Where'd it go? I didn't see it. Okay, so he hits. I can't remember what the cuirassiers. I think they save better than some. I think they're 3. That metal breastplates are worth something here. They could stop. I guess they stop musket balls. Yeah, they save at 3, 4, 5, or 6. So I can make the save. Let's just back up a little bit here. Sorry. I'm not going to have a job for the Channel 9 News anytime soon here. Don't worry. Yeah, I actually made a save. I'm amazed. I'm going back to church. It's all over. All right, so I don't take any casualties, but that was a great shot. Okay, so next is cannons, and that's just going to be a lot of fun, I think. We'll do the math here real quick. Oh, God.
Hit 3, 4, 5, or 6.
3, 4, 5, or 6. All 4 cannons firing at the cuirassiers, and they're going to and there's going to be bounce through or grazing fire, depending on what game you're playing. It's going to go right through. Here we go. Oh my God! Am I still alive? That's actually sucked. You stunk up the joint.
I only got half.
Now the best part is the 6s, because they won't be able to move. They're going to be disordered. So that's what you really wanted to see. But yeah, okay, we'll come back. Well, save-wise, I'm going to have to do some math to figure that out. All right, so 5 or 6s to save for these guys, 4 dice, and they're already going to be disordered. Oh shit, I did all right for one. So I took 2 casualties. Now we're going to do the bounce through and all that in a minute here.
4 dice for the 4 cannonballs.
4 dice, yeah. 4 dice, and you need 6s to hit the cuirassiers. And then you got 1, and you're going to disorder them too, which is great. And they'll save. It's long range, so they'll save -1. So they'll be 5 or 6s to make their saves, or 4, 5, 6. That's usually 3. So 4, 5, 6 making a save, and they fail me. So they'll take a casualty and they'll be disordered. And guess what? It goes through to artillery pieces too. Left. There'll be 2 each. There'll be 6s to hit. So the cannonballs go through 1 set of horses, a 2nd set of horses, and then they hit 2 cannons on the left, 2 cannons on the right. So the 6s to hit. Red dice are for the right cannon, the other dice are for the other. I gotta zoom out a little bit. Go for it. So the cannon on the left takes a hit and disordered, and that'll probably mutilate that thing unless I can make a save. So the cannon on the left gets a save of 1. 1 save, sorry, and it needs a stand-up of 1, but it needs a save of 5 or 6 to stay in the match or they run away. Oh, he does it! But he's disordered. All right.
Accepted the thing.
Oh, Jesus, that sucks. All right, so they 3 disordered. That's good for the artillery shoot. That was all right. So now I think we've got traversing fire by those 2 Fish Legion units, and then we'll do hand-to-hand. We got 2 hand-to-hands to do, so that'll be good to go. Tripod. I'm just a klutz and terrible cameraman. All right, first Vistula Battalion, they have 1 shot from the attack column. They're firing through 1 set of trees, so it'll be a 5 or a 6, but it is enfilading, so they'll get to re-roll their miss. Miss, they re-roll it. They'll hit, so you'll save on 4, 5, or 6. Saved it, laughed at them. Hussars just went through somebody's blouse there. And then the 2nd Richard Legion unit gets the same thing. They miss. Enfilading shot. Ooh, disordered. That's what I wanted. Okay, and you get to try to save it on a 4, 5, or 6. Excellent British cavalry. So the Hussars are in deep formation, so they get 5 attacks instead of 6. But it'll be a -1 to hit. But they're charging, so it'll be a flat out 4, 5, or 6, 5 attacks. You're good, man. I don't care. I would have done it either way. And they re-roll all their misses.
Oh my God.
All right, so you're re-rolling a shit ton. I'll take 1 over here. Re-roll that again. Ferocious charge. Get ferocious. You want different dice? No, he's going with it. Oh, good save at the end, though. Got 3 more hits out of that. So that was a good ferocious charge. Okay, good. So you got 4 hits. So I get 6 attacks, and I'm going to be 3, 4, 5, or 6s because I countercharge you. And I'm in line formation. So here we go. Here comes straight 1s. I'm going to Vegas. Oh, rolled good. Rolled
all
good.
of them.
No, yeah.
3, 4, 5, or 6.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, so well, actually, we can do this all on camera. It's fine. So you're in deep formation, so you get a +1 to save. So you'll be 3, 4, 5, or 6s on all those to see if you save.
Oh my god.
So you took 3 casualties. All right, so keep that there. We'll have to add them up later.
Roll when I roll a lot of dice.
Yeah. Now I save on 4, 5, or 6s because I'm in line and I'm just me. And
So I got 3.
so I got those 3 dice there.
So
I took 2. So and we'll come back here in a second. So I think I'll win the hand to hand by 1. Yes, because no one's technically I'm supported too. So I'd win it by 2 because the Swiss guards are off my right hand side there. So I don't think cannons can support. So I'll win by 2. So you'll lose. You'll have to make a morale save here in a second. The Queen Zone's Hussars saving throw.
Is it 2 dice?
Just 2 dice and roll. Don't roll 4 or less, like I do. Ha! 5. That's better. It's going to retreat. At least they won't implode. That's good. No excess casualties. So that's good. You're going to fall back. How far? Oh, look at that. So the Hussars are going to fall back 1 full move. They're already disordered. They'll take it with them. I thought they rolled a 5, but it's a 6. So that's not terrible. At least they didn't. I think they didn't. I didn't want them to go off the table because the British cavalry is so much fun. And we'll get that done here in a minute. So this hand-to-hand, this is the one over here on the left flank. I'll show you in a minute. Cameron's, the British get 8 hand-to-hand dice at +1. So 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Go for it.
Oh,
You rolled like shit again.
I do.
How many hits you get?
1, 2, 3.
You stunk,
Oh, wow.
you stunk up the joint.
That's terrible.
You're giving up the empire here. I'll do it here. 3 hits for me. That's it, really? Okay.
That's it?
Oh.
Yeah, they're just. That's what happened to James over there.
This could be bad. And
The general didn't do any better.
here goes the French large unit with 10 attack dice with Napoleon urging them on. Getting 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. So get rid of that and that one and that one. So you're going to make a lot of saving throws, my friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so you're sinking 7 at saves on 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh shit, there it is. There it is.
Missed 1.
Just 1. All right, so 1 casualty. That's key.
I don't know how that happened.
You will be shook.
They screwed up, but they buckered up.
Yeah, they like sucker punched them. All right, so you're going to be a -1 casualty if something happens. That was a great roll. You brought it home at the.
Yeah, for the bad attack they defended.
I'm at 2. Okay, so I got to make 3 saves. So just 1, right? Just hold that for me because it gets kind of confusing. It probably not to everybody else, but to me it gets confusing as hell. You're like, what? So I got to make. I'm in line formation because I got 4 set of attack columns, so I'm 4, 5, or 6s. You're gonna win the hand-to-hand. Well, we got to support still.
By 1,
but I took 2 casualties. Now, so you're gonna win by that. Now we got to do
those horrible rolls.
You did it.
That's
that was
crazy.
You pulled it out of your ass there, but that was great. I'm never letting this
my
die.
rifle.
I'm never. Yeah, this is my gun. This is for fighting versus fun. You're in the army. I wasn't. I'm on a
We
boat.
slept with our
Yeah, I know.
M16s, our sleeping bags.
I was a pecker checker.
30-degree weather in Germany, sleeping with a cold rifle and a sleeping bag.
All right, so after all that, the British won the melee by 2, and with all those freaking saves that Cameron got, so I got to take a -1 morale check from having extra casualty, but it ends up being a +1 morale save because of Napoleon, and I'm gonna not roll 4s for the love of God. An 8, so that'll be a 9. So I think the hand-to-hand's gonna continue. I think.
Hand-to-hand.
Infantry.
Holds its ground.
Hold it. Oh, they're going to keep
We'll
on
continue
fighting.
Fighting in the following combat round.
That's a little. God. But we're both shook. Okay. All right. Ney joins Brenier's brigade. He's going to try to. He's got 2 rerolls left. Try to motivate these guys to get in and support the Guard. Try to snatch victory from defeat. Brenier's an 8. There's no benefits here because they're not in attack. They're not in the attack column. But that'll do it. Boom, they're coming. Be pretty standard stuff. 6 on 6. Actually, I take that back. The British will have 7 with Wellington, and the double +1 to hit too. French are attacking. British can't counterattack because they are being engaged by. Now, I think I have to split between these two. Give me a minute here. This is because they're getting attacked simultaneously, so we have to split their attacks. Hang on. All right, can the French artillery wipe out another Hanoverian battalion? I think Napoleon's counting on it. Should have gone over there and sighted the guns himself. 8 shots. 4 5s and 6s. Pretty devastating. And saving on 6s? Are you kidding me? Medium artillery, I think it is. Yeah. Ugh. 6s to save. Take 3 casualties. I gotta figure out how many casualties they've got. That's gonna be at least a chunky morale save. They only had 1 casualty, so now they have 3. They're not shook yet. That's what they're. They had 1, so they got 3. Now, sorry, they have 4, so they are shook. Sorry. 1 extra casualty. It's artillery at medium range, but Wellington is attached to their brigade, so it's a straight up morale save. 7. They make it. They survive. Oh, took it like a boss. Forgot I pulled Ney from the old guard, so they don't have that big bonus anymore. They're shook, but they did win the last combat, so that's going to even out. There'd be 4 5s and 6s. 8 dice against the first guards. Oh, 1 tough fighter, sorry. That'll work. 7 hits. First guard's attacking back. They lost, but they have Picton, so they're 3 4 5s and 6s. Oh, they're shook too. 4 5s and 6s. No tough fighter for them. Old guard saving on just on roll 1s, right? They took 1 hit. First guard, same thing, don't take 1s. One dice did make it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 1 more. No hits. So the first guard win that by 1, but then there's all kinds of supports. So they're going to lose. And they have to take a +1 morale test. And they stick around again. Wow. 47th with 6 dice. They lost. That doesn't matter. They're 4 5s and 6s. That's terrible. 2 hits against the first guards. Attack back with 7. They won. So it's 3 4 5s and 6s. Nothing but 1s are bad for the British. They save them both. 3 4 5s and 6s for the 47th. They took 1. There'll be 1 extra casualty. And with all the supports, it's be a -1 morale tick. They're still there. Holy crap. That could be the end of the turn. Wow. So there wasn't much happening there. We're losing so many units, it's getting just turned to a slaughter fest. Alright, so we're going to go into turn 9 British. Welcome to turn 9. I think the chances of the French reaching Vimiero by turn 10 are impossible. It's just turned into a bloodfest now. The combatants are just in the middle of the battlefield just stabbing each other. Very Russian-like. British movement. General Bowes with Wellington at his side is going to order his 3 remaining Hanoverian battalions to basically form into column of companies and melee the French artillery. So here we go. And that's going to basically get it done. So all the British were able to accomplish was to make the congealed blob of melee more congealed and bigger and blobbier. It's just gross. So we're going to have some serious hand-to-hand here in a minute. There will be some fire from this Hanoverian Field Battalion from, I think it's from Verdun. Will fire into one of the cannons. They'll be closing fire as those guys went on head up with the other ones. Head into the cannons there. They'll take at least 2 batteries in the face. And I don't think anyone else can even, except for the first guards will fire again at the middle guard. I think everyone else is too blobbed up to do anything. It's a freaking nightmare. Alright, here we go. Turn 9, British. 3 shots by the Hanoverian Field Battalion into an artillery piece. They do have sharpshooter with the 95th attached to them. Get the extra attack from Wellington being attached to their brigade, and it's a +1. They are within 6 inches. This is going to be ugly. But it's only 2 shots. They would have stayed in line, it would have been more ugly, but whatever. They thought they could reach them. 3. Nothing but anything. No ones. Look at that. 2 ones. Sharpshooter. And they disorder one of the artillery pieces. Artillery piece has to save 2 hits. 4, 5s, and 6s. Take 1 casualty. That's all they. I think their stand is 1, isn't it? They can take 1 hit though. That's cool. That's 1. We'll do the while we're sitting here, we'll do the first guards fire their 1 shot at the middle guard, just for fun. They hit them, and for funsies, they save it. It's like bing bong boom. The 2 12-pounders firing at the Hanoverians. 1 will be disordered, 1 will be not. So that'll be 3, 4, 5s, and 6s from the first gun. 2 hits. Second gun will be 4, 5s, and 6s. Oh man! So that was terrible rolling anyway. But the saves are going to be. Oh, I think they're going to be 6s, right? Take 2 casualties. Do they have? They were already shook. So it's be a -2 morale check. Wellington makes it a standard. No modifier, but then it's artillery. So it's a -2 morale check. See if they survive the charge. Oh no! They're shattering. That's a 1 and 2. So they're going to blow up on the way in. I seriously don't think this roll is even worth it. I should have done the Hanoverians attacking first, but closing fire would happen before it all anyway. It's going to be 8 attacks against 1 from a flank attack, and then no saves. We'll do it just because we're doing it, but it's going to be a slaughter. This is a large Hanoverian Field Battalion against a regular standard artillery section. Just 1s don't hit because they were charging. So they can attack back with a flank attack. And they miss. They have to make 9,000 saving throws. They fail. They die. The Hanoverian Brigade, when they reconsolidate, will attack 2 cans at once. So that way if they win this battle, they'll break the brigade. So all the cannons will have to evaporate. So those two cannons will attack against the Hanoverians from the, basically it'll be from the rear, so -1 attack for each of them. So 5s and 6s. They'll hit once on the Hanoverians. Hanoverians will split their attack. They'll be 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll do one gun gets 4, one gets 5. One on the 4. Just ones miss. Hit all of them. 5s. One misses. So they gotta make saving throws. Poor cannon just gets slaughtered. Fail 1, so they're gonna morale check. They're gonna break and die. Fail 1. The 2, they're gonna break and die. The brigade will break. All the artillery's gone for the French. Oh, so they took out 3 guns, and they only have 5, so that shatters the brigade. With that move, Wellington has taken the French left flank, completed his destruction. Now we'll go into this 47th against the 1st Guard melee. It's spiraling quickly for Napoleon. He's watching it unravel. He's getting ready to turn it over to Junot, so it'll look bad on his record. Alright, with Napoleon, the 47th will have 7 attacks plus 1 to hit. But they are shaken, so it'll be 4, 5s, and 6s. Well, that sucked. I could have just lost France the war there. 2 hits for the 1st Guard. 1st Guard was 7 attacks, plus 1 for Picton, and they won the hand-to-hand last time, so it goes to 3. So anything but 1s. Oh, they're shook. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. Yahtzee. These guys have to save on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. The 47th. I did a pretty good job. Just took 1 casualty. 2 hits for the 47 for the 1st Guards, as long as they don't roll 2 1s. They don't take any casualties. So it's a -1, but a +1 morale save for the 47th after being defeated in hand-to-hand. That's jacked. I'll just re-roll that again. Whoa, it looks like I had no depth perception on that one. Sorry about it. Here we go, baby. 1st Guard against the Old Guard. Old Guard, they won the hand-to-hand last time, but they're shook, so that goes even. No bonuses involved, so it's just 4, 5, and 6 with 8 attacks with Tough Fighter. Tough Fighter, a miss. Let's do the 1st Guard save. Their saves right away. Nothing but 1s. Took 1 casualty. 7 attacks for the 1st Guard against the Old Guard. They have Picton, so they're going to be 4, 5s, and 6s. Old Guard, no 1s. They take 1 casualty. 1 each. Yep, the Old Guard will win by 1 with the supports. They got 2. They got 3. Yep. -1 morale check, but Picton makes it flat even. Yep, 7's good. Stay in the battle again. Holy crap, this goes on forever. These dudes are getting exhausted. I mean, if there should be some kind of fatigue rules, I think these guys are barely lifting their arms up. It's almost like medieval combat here, just swinging at each other for all day long, hooking and jabbing. You want to pull them out and put other troops in. the French don't do any movement. They're just going to try to, hopefully they win the hand-to-hand and they can kind of turn on the British here. Old Guard with their 8 dice. Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4. Against the first Guard again. Oh, that sucked. Yeah, they needed 3, 4, 5, 6. They punted there. They get Tough Fighter. I forgot about that. Reroll one of them. Okay, they'll get that. They kind of salvaged there with 5 hits. First Guard attacking back, 7s. They need 4, 5s, and 6s. They kind of whiffed too. They whiffed big time. Saves. First Guard lose 1. Old Guard. No, it was the Old Guard take 1. Sorry. First Guards. They take 1. So they're going to lose again by 1 with all the supports. So another straight up morale save for the First Guards. 6 are going to retreat. Oh, finally some ground is given. First Guards fall back and are disordered. Old Guard follows up their attack and they hit into the Royal Welsh Fusiliers with a flank attack. And let's see how brutal this gets. Alright, so the Royal Welsh Fusiliers against the Old Guard into the flank. Woo! This could be rough. Who do they have attached to them? Nobody. So, but they are shook, but they're charging. So it's 4, 5s, and 6s. 8 attacks with Tough Fighter. Tough Fighter gets another hit. 4, 5 hits on the Royal Welsh Fusiliers who attack back, and they need 5s and 6s. And they stunk it up. The flank attack. 2 attacks. Need 1s to fail for the Old Guard. I save them both. Royal Welsh Fusiliers needing 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. 5 hits. Can they do it? Save everything. Holy crap. Support-wise, they got the downhill. It's going to be a draw. Wow. Okay, nobody wins that one. Wow. My dogs just like mauled my children upstairs. That was awesome. Alright. I have little teeny dogs. Don't worry, the kids are fine. 47th. Once again against the First Guards. They got 1 extra attack and a +1 for Napoleon, but they are shook. So they are 4, 5s, and 6s. That sucked. 1 hit on the First Guards. See if they save it. They do. So that was, it's a mute point right there. First Guards attack back with 7. They've got picked in and they won the last hand-to-hand. So that goes to 3, nothing but 1s. 1 hit. Or 1 miss, excuse me. Saving on 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. That sucked. -1 morale check. Thanks to Napoleon. Sayonara, sucker. And that will break the brigade. Oh. So that's rough. So, First Guard defeats 47th. This battalion is the last of the brigade, the 70th. And their commanding officer of that's Vimiero. They had a good fight. They book it out of there. They are done for the day. We got to re-look at some things here. So that insult to injury, the hole vacated by that brigade shattering, and Vimiero's boys running out. The First Guard rushes into the hole and launches a flank charge into the side of the Old Guard, which probably will be the last melee of this battle unless somehow the Old Guard defeats both of these boys. So we're going to go out with a bang, not a whimper. We'll get the dice together and we'll get this done. Old Guard will split their dice. 4 against the first guard. -1. 4, 5, normally 3, 4, 5, 6, they're shook. They do have nobody with them. So it's 4, 5, 6. Damn. And they're shook. So 5s and 6s against the first guard. And they hit them both. They hit 2, sorry, they lost 2. The other 2, I listen to my kids screaming and singing upstairs. And these ones will be these are just normal. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more. Okay, so they have 2 hits on the first guard and 2 hit on the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. First guard's attack back with 7 dice, with Picton and charging. So just don't roll a 1, right? They roll 1, 1. And the 47th is a -1 because they're getting the flank. But they'll be 5s and 6s. They hit 1 time. Old Guard's got to save on just 1s, right? Usually 3s and they're 2s. Take 2 casualties. First guards are 1s, 2s, none. And then a standard unit, the Royal Welsh Fusiliers are 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. So they take 1. I think the Old Guard are going to lose here. With all the supports and crap. Yep, they're going to lose. They advanced too far and they're too far away from a lot of their brigades. Only had 2 supports. Meanwhile, the other units have 1, 2, 3 supports. So it's going to be a -1 morale check for the Old Guard. Be a 7. They would stick around. So we would be going into, what is that, turn 9 French movement, but man, this is, Old Guard's hard pressed. They're losing hand-to-hand battles. They've got 1 other brigade behind them that's pretty much decimated. Young Guard's already been annihilated off the board. And the British have 3 fresh battalions coming in, and then 2 Hanoverian battalions coming in. And the Guard is still basically here. I don't think they can win it, to tell you the truth. I don't think the French got enough. Just count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 8. And the French are down to 5. Yeah, they're not. It's time to run away. They're supposed to, and they would have shattered anyway because half of their brigades are broken too. You know, British they're down to 2 brigades, under strength brigades, and the British still have 1, 2. They got 3 left basically. So, and the French started off with more brigades than the British did anyway. So that's it, man. That was a great battle. Seesawing there for in the middle. The French never really got their push. And they got up the hill. I mean, they got to the wall, but never really drove the British off. A lot of great saves by the British and the Hanoverians to stop the French from getting anywhere near the town. Never got off this. I think this is the western ridge up here. Never got anywhere near Vimiero. So they never really threatened the British landings. I don't know who the hell the MVP is. There was a lot. Even some of the units that got blown off that finally broke and ran off the table were probably, the 35th of, from Sussex. They did awesome. They held off against all odds. There was a lot of units that held off against incredible battle. I think the Black Watch, they battled and battled and battled and finally broke. They slowed down the French enough for the Nightingale to finally get his boys over here, and the Guard and Crawford to get the Guards over here, which basically the French just ground down against this wall, and finally were defeated. But we tried, baby. We tried. Thanks for watching. Sorry this is like 7 hours long. Hope you had a lot of miniatures to paint, because that's about all this game was good for. It's just a long battle. But it was awesome. I'm gonna enjoy watching it. I was kind of rushing at the end just because I want to check this out. So hope you had fun. Probably either the Battle of Corunna or might do our Battle of Perryville, which is a local Civil War battle we'll have with Napoleonic armies taking the place of the Union and the Confederacy. All right, you guys be safe, and we'll hopefully get another battle to you pretty soon. I think I'm sprue painting 4 French battalions all at the same time. Never sprue painted before, so could be fun. So far it hasn't been, but we'll give it a whirl. Just something different to mix it up. That's kind of the key, I think, to mass producing Napoleonic figures. And after I get those 4 French battalions done, I've got the 2 battalions of the King's German Legion to do. And cool, I'm stoked. All right, get into cavalry after that. We'll see ya. Take care, and man, I'm really enjoying all your guys' videos, so keep them up, man. Have fun. Take care. Bye.